But excitement was there too, a wild, exhilarating feeling that pushed the fear away. This was living on the edge. Halfway down, I started to get into a groove. The rhythm became almost hypnotic. Thump, thump, thump. My body moved with the bike, absorbing the shocks, becoming one with the machine. I dared to look up for a split second. The crowd was a blur of colors on both sides. I could hear them now. It wasn't just murmurs anymore, it was a roar. People were cheering, yelling, screaming. Their energy flowed down the stairs with me, a wave of sound that pushed me forward. It was an incredible feeling. I was no longer just a guy on a bike. I was an entertainer, a daredevil, and they were my audience. Their cheers fueled my courage. Then, a moment of pure terror. My front wheel hit a slightly uneven step. The bike lurched sideways. For a horrifying split second, I thought I was going to lose it. My heart leapt into my throat. I instinctively shifted my weight, leaning hard into the turn, correcting the wobble. The bike responded instantly. The advanced suspension and grippy tires held their ground. I was back on track. The crisis was averted. The brief scare only made the experience more intense. It was a sharp reminder of the danger. This wasn't a game. The stakes were real, but I had made it through. The end was getting closer. The final 100 stairs flew by in a blur. The rhythmic banging of the tires on the steps was like a drum roll for the grand finale. I could see the flat ground at the bottom now, a beautiful, welcoming patch of pavement. The cheers from the crowd grew louder and louder as I neared the end. It was a wall of sound, a celebration of this crazy journey. I braced myself for the transition from stairs to flat ground. With one last huge bump, my back wheel cleared the final step. I was on solid ground. The bike rolled smoothly, the sudden silence feeling strange after the constant noise of the descent. I had done it. I unclipped my feet and came to a stop. My legs were shaking, not from fear anymore, but from the adrenaline and the sheer physical effort. A massive wave of relief washed over me. I threw my head back and let out a huge yell of victory. The crowd erupted. People were clapping, cheering, and rushing towards me. A guy ran up and gave me a high five. Someone else patted me on the back. "That was insane," they shouted. "I can't believe you did that." The energy was incredible. I was surrounded by a sea of smiling, excited faces. It was a shared moment of triumph. Looking back up at the staircase, it seemed even bigger from the bottom. I couldn't believe I had just ridden down that entire thing. It looked like a cliff. A sense of accomplishment washed over me, so powerful it almost knocked me over. I had faced a huge, scary challenge and I had conquered it. The fear I felt at the top was gone, replaced by a deep sense of pride and confidence. I learned something important that day. That fear is temporary. It's a barrier you can push through, and on the other side of that fear is an incredible feeling of achievement. You just have to be brave enough to take that first step.